Every day life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, January the 19th. I've got a friend of mine with us today, Liz Schmidt. In fact, we go back a long way, don't we?
Yes.
Liz Schmidt, the League of Women Voters, and you've got a full slate of information that you want to share with us.
I do. I'm starting with this noon, January 19th.
Oh, you got something going on today?
Today.
Okay.
I want them to get right out there at Lunch and Learn on South Hy-Vee off of Nifong Boulevard. In their meeting room. We're going to be talking about Missouri's Clean Power Plan.
Okay.
And a lady named Kyra Moore, who's director of Missouri Department of Natural Resources Air Pollution Control Program, is going to be talking about carbon dioxide and getting it out of the air. We have to reduce it 37% by the year 2030. So she's going to do
We're
this.
hoping.
Now, doesn't this sound
hoping we can do
exciting?
that.
Aren't you going
But
to run right out to lunch?
Well, I'll tell you what, though, Liz, it really is a serious
it is.
topic. It's a very serious topic, and I think many of us don't really give it that much thought.
Yeah.
But when you think back 20 years ago, how polluted the air was in many of the larger cities, it's been cleaned up because of air pollution rules.
If we haven't had the regulations and haven't had the pushing, it wouldn't happen.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
What else
now,
do we got?
2 days from now, we are going to be at Broadway Christian Church in a meeting room there, and we're going to be talking about money in politics. Don't you
that's
think
an
that sounds
interesting
wonderful? And
money in politics, they go hand in hand.
see, I have a whole thing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that influence campaign finance, and one is broadcast media, which you are part of, because they have a stake in getting money for ads.
Yes.
One is gerrymandering, where particular
drawing up
districts.
the districts.
And you can move a precinct and just move the precincts around till you get what you want.
Exactly.
And you can
when you look at some of those districts, the way they're drawn, it makes absolutely no sense.
No. And they're foolproof because they've stuck them all together the way they want them. Term limits is another thing because people have to spend all this time while they're in office for 8 years. They're busy raising money to stay in office for those 8 years. Another thing is low voter turnout, which the League of Women Voters, of course, wants you to get out and vote. In March 15th, we're going to have an election. I will get to that next time I see you. There's lack of limit that favors the lobbyists come along and they do little favors for you. And you can't help but know this is a good way to do that.
Now, this is all a topic that when is this?
This is money in politics.
Oh, this is all that one big topic, money in politics.
Yes.
When is that being covered?
2 nights from now, January 21st, at Broadway Christian Church at 7 p.m. in the evening.
All right, and everybody is invited?
Everybody's invited.
You don't have to pay any money to get in?
No money. We'll even give you cookies.
Right. And we got time for maybe one more. What do you
and then coming up February 4th, which is a Thursday, we'll have our state legislative town hall, and we've invited all 5 of the people that represent Boone County and our Senator Schaefer. He has not come the last few years, but he might because he's running for statewide office now. And we have Chuck Basie, Rowden, Jones, Weber, and Kendrick.
Okay, and they should all be there on what date?
February 4th at the library at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock in the evening. You can show up at 6:30. Right, for cookies, for those world-famous League of Women Voters cookies.
Which we now buy in the store because they won't let us hand-bake stuff anymore.
They're not handmade?
No, because they said, I don't know what they're afraid of. I guess they don't want to be liable.
All right, so they got cookies. They're store-bought cookies. You have punch, too?
Yes, and
right.
I had coffee, and I always buy Oreos because they're my favorite one.
Okay, so you get the cookies that Liz likes. Thank you so much, Liz.
And Girl Scout mint cookies, too.
Okay, you got it. My friend Liz Schmidt, League of Women Voters, pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Now we turn to the Service for Independent Living, and I have Mark OHRENBERG with us. Welcome to Radio Friend, Mark. And Cynthia Floyd.
Hi.
Pleasure to have both of you. You want to talk about youth services today, right? With
Yes.
Service for Independent Living. Tell me about it.
Yes. Well, Mark and I are youth advocates at SIL, and so we primarily work with youth kind of ranging in the 12 to 26 range, although sometimes younger, sometimes older.
Yeah.
I focus primarily on supporting teachers in school districts with work readiness skills.
Give me an example.
So we work on communication skills, problem-solving skills in the workplace, interviewing, resumes. We just run the gamut. It depends on what the students' needs are. They express them, and we write up a goal, and then we work toward that goal.
How do you fit into this, Mark?
I do more work in the community with programs like Kids in the Kitchen, Cooks in the Kitchen, which Kids in the Kitchen teaches youth how those basic cooking skills. Cooks in the Kitchen teaches adults how those basic cooking skills.
Yeah.
And then we have We Accelerate, which is a social recreational program, and that happens at Services for Independent Living.
Now, if people are interested in the services that you offer, are there specific qualifications, or can they just call and request help?
They can call our intake, Tina Grimaldi, and any disability, mental, physical, cognitive, no financial cutoff.
There is no financial cutoff.
Anyone who has a disability is eligible for services, and they are at no cost to them.
That's absolutely wonderful.
And some of my programs, all my programs, it's for people with and without disabilities.
Okay.
Majority are people with disabilities, but
But the program is for people with or without disability.
yeah, just mine. But most of people do have disabilities.
Right, I understand that. So for more information, the number to call is?
874-1646,
Okay.
or go to our new revamped website, silcolumbia.org.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about nutrition, good nutrition, and diet, and agroforestry, why agroforestry matters. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Kevin Casson, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. We'll see you tomorrow.